Yeah, so Rick and Morty is cancelled,
Intro?
but only like for a little while. For some reason, I don't really know why, not too interested, but the season finale was delayed. There's still 2 episodes left, or there should be, and they are called the finale. And I've heard rumors, I don't know whether they are confirmed or not, that these 2 episodes are kind of a whole and together they will form a finale, and a 2 season arc I think is unprecedented. I don't think there has not been like a 2 episode whole yet, so that's pretty intriguing. There are also rumors that there will be an hour long finale, which I find hard to believe because the episodes are 20-25 minutes, so 1 hour is closer to 3 episodes than two. And just because of that, I don't believe that there will be one hour long finale. Also, I don't think the creators were very creative this season and would take on such a project, especially since I feel since season 4, the sentiment that comes off, no, nie, fufcia, the like prevalent sentiment from the creators is that they are not really having fun and that they hate the audience. I truly get that vibe. So I don't think they would give us the gift of additional 20 minutes. Never mind. But I am looking forward to it, more or less. But before that finally airs in, like, I think September 5th, I thought that we could just, before taking a hiatus, go over all the things that we've learned about in the season so far and like revisit the continuity. So when I was reviewing, by the way, I started reviewing the Rick and Morty since season 1, so my playlist is linked here. I've been reviewing every episode as they aired and debating whether there will be a big arc in the season. There isn't one. And to be honest, when I revisit the episodes, it kind of seems to me like at least the first 5 of them are just closed, complete stories. But I don't think I even have any evidence that, guys, no, I'm actually a genius, because the first 5 episodes I don't believe are relevant to the continuity of the show and introduced any concepts which can be called upon later. The only character that I can see coming back would be Planetina from episode 3. But I said I'm a genius because, as I said, instinctively I wanted to say that the first 5 episodes are irrelevant. So I mentioned I'm a genius. Episode 6 is the Thanksgiving episode, and it tells a story about Rick's friendship with the president and this weird underlying homoerotic tension that they have. And the episode is Thanksgiving, so bird themed. It received some pushback, I heard, from the fandom. And I mentioned in the episode that the fact that it was about birds and homoerotic friendships, and Rick's friendships with men tend to have that edge to them, that there might be bird person later on. And actually, the latest episode was about bird person. So I think, okay, so while I don't seriously believe that I predicted bird person, or that or I don't think I have enough proof that this episode was supposed to foreshadow the coming of bird person, I think the fact that there are 2 episodes dedicated to Rick's friendship and so focused on his relationships, and in general Rick's relationship with the family, with some women, and with these guys, were the focal point of the series and the season. So I would see it's already a tradition at this point that the season finales focus on Rick's relationship and just kick him while he's feeling down. So I predict that the family will once over prove that they don't really need him, and maybe all of his friends won't either, because, well, season 1 ended with the time frozen. But starting with season 2, things get progressively more downhill for Rick, because season 2 he ends up in the intergalactic prison. Season 3 he becomes the lowest status character in his own family after Jerry and Beth get back together. Season 4, his status as the lowest character in his own family, by that I mean his input matters the least, is reinforced by introducing the second Beth to the family unit, and the fact that his friend Bird Person doesn't remember him. So here, not only we've seen Rick just be very lonely this season, his friend, who I think I can just safely say that he's clearly in love with, rejects him and doesn't really want him. He's been rejected so many times this season, because I think he's been rejected by Morty a couple of times, but he's kind of used to it. Beth does not really look up to him anymore. Jerry does not really reject him. They spend some time together, but he's been rejected because of his own actions by Mr. Nimbus, who was into the relationship beforehand. So he ruins his frenemy situation with Mr. Nimbus. He's rejected by that one alien lady with elbow titties that he saved. And, well, the president does not reject him. So in the finale, I don't know who else in the... So Bird Person rejected him. Beth and Morty reject him. Jerry doesn't, but their relationship is specific and Rick doesn't really care that much, so I won't count that. The president won't reject him, but the only member of the Smith family who still cares about Rick's opinion, which has been showcased this season, especially in the Voltron episode, and I think in the previous episodes as well. Summer craves Rick's attention and is the only person who has not rejected him. She emulates him quite a lot. She takes drugs and parties hard and tries to become like him, as she's the only member of the family who does so anymore. So in the finale, it would be meaningful because he still doesn't care about Summer. He thinks that he takes Summer for granted and she's his last resort for spending time together. So if she rejected Rick, that would kick him while he's down, and it would be consistent with the progression of the finales. Yeah, that's my hypothesis. I have to check whether my phone is still on or if I have any battery left. By the way, Kira is lying in front of me, looking super cute. So, theory 1. Summer rejects Rick. Do I think Bird Person will come back? Well, his daughter was introduced, so because Rick loves him so much, that could be the arc, but I feel that would be very low-hanging fruit and very obvious. Okay, it would be obvious, but I would appreciate it. I would appreciate the continuity, but I don't think it's their style to just do things so continuously. Though Bird Person has proven to be very relevant. What I can predict for the other family members? Well, Summer, I hope, because she's been really featured strongly this season, mostly rejected. She has a baby, an incest baby that she bonded with. I would think that she would get an arc of her own. It's also possible that the finale would be more Summer-centric, or at least that the B plot line will somehow focus on Summer's journey to self-discovery. I don't know which way she'll go, because it's been established that she, for herself, enjoys partying and taking drugs, and sex, which I'm still hung up on because she's a teenager, so never mind. So she's into that kind of lifestyle, but she's still trying to bond with Rick while participating in that lifestyle. So I don't know whether her coming to terms and being more self-accepting will mean her going all the way there, maybe leaving the family. She could do that. She already threatened to run away once and do something with Turquoise, so she could run away and then just do drugs and stuff. I hope she won't get pregnant. She shouldn't get pregnant because she already has a child, which was magically happened. She had the child at the same age that Beth did. She was 16. Beth is 16 as well, so yeah. They had children at the same time. Morty has 2 children at this point because he had the Gazorp-Azorpian, half Gazorp-Azorpian, and the incest. Morty will live off. So she could run away. That's a possibility. Or she could stay and become more aloof. I don't really know if she... I cannot really see her going on a journey while she stays with the family. It's possible. But anyhow, so Rick being kicked while he's down, Rick being rejected by Summer just having a journey to self-discovery. I don't think Beth will have any sort of relevance. I mean, I'm sure she will have a role because she is the emotional support for her kids, for Jerry, and Rick actually cares about her opinion. So I'm sure she will play a pretty big role. But I think as a side character or, playing second fiddle to another character. That's my prediction for Beth for the finale. Possibly Jerry will have some sort of an arc. I think a minor one. I don't see him having a huge role, but everything is possible. Like if things were going to be turned around and the creators didn't want to continue with the storylines that they set up in the latter, 3, 6, 7, 8... So just the latter 3 episodes of the season, I think Jerry could be the center of attention. I have no idea what kind of journey he would go on. So, yeah, but he could. That's also a possibility, but I think separate to all the Summer and Rick options. The recurring characters that might appear, Bird Person, but I don't think... not necessarily. Rick might seek out his daughter, so the daughter might appear once again, and because of that there might be Squanchy. There is I'd say a 10% chance of Squanchy being there just because they were a trio. By the way, I feel very sorry for Squanchy. It would be a cool framing to do the episode from the perspective of Squanchy because he's to Rick what Rick is to Bird Person, so that's an intriguing dynamic. There is that. Tammy is dead, thankfully. I don't know, there was no Mr. Meeseeks. Oh, the president might appear again, though usually he appears once per season, so not very likely. And I cannot really think of any more characters that might appear. Yeah, so those are my hypotheses. Rick, Summer, possibly Jerry, Beth playing second fiddle. Oh, Morty! Yeah, sure, we should talk about him. Scoot. Morty, I don't think he went on a journey this season. He was very well formed as a character. Supposedly, he had his heart broken for the first time by Planetina, but he already, it's a different heartbreak when you break up with someone, but he already had his heart broken with this bespectacled girl that he had, the click in the vat of acid girl. So they had an arc together, their relationship together, and he was heartbroken after losing her. So I don't think he's wholly new to a heartbreak, though it's been portrayed that way. In general, Morty is a player. He had a ton of attractive girlfriends already. But yeah, it was important to him. It was a relevant relationship. Apart from that, he's been a badass, saving his family and using all the knowledge that he accrued while working with Rick. So, if I see a bigger role for him in the finale, it would be him again showcasing his independence and agency and just how in control of the situation he is. So he could just demonstrate how cool he is. Maybe he will become the alpha of the family now, because now it's Beth, because everybody depends on her, but it could turn out to be Morty. Definitely not Summer. I feel sorry for Summer, but I like her character. So yeah, with that, I think that's it. Thank you all for joining me. Hope you all enjoyed my rambling and hope to see you sometime soon. If you want to keep up with the things that I post, consider subscribing. I usually talk about books, but there are some psychology themed things coming soon. If you want to join me live, I stream on Reddit regularly. It's linked in the description box. My Instagram is as well. See y'all. I just got called that my taxi is downstairs. And bye-bye.